Join us at Reparations Technical Institute and learn hatred for the white devil in a relaxed campus atmosphere where classes range from hatred for the white devil to advanced hatred for the white devil and volleyball. Next.
Really? I have to be the one that says it? Well, all right. Yellow lives matter, people. All right? Yellow lives matter. And in solidarity with the yellow community, I will be putting a yellow picture up on Instagram. It's going to be a block of yellow. And I will be doing a video based around a yellow creator. So, boom. There we go. Solidarity. Hashtag that shit. Yellow lives matter, baby. Look, you're either laughing with me right now or you're feeling some kind of way. And if you're feeling some kind of way, by all means, please click off, because this is an adult stable. Yeah, I mean, very childish adults, but adults nonetheless. And we have this coming to us from NBC News. Join, support, and donate. Should probably, hold on. Well, here's what we're going to do right here. Put a underscore on, we're definitely going to underline that donate. Coalition of Minority Americans, oh Christ, come together to dismantle hate. Guys, haven't we been dismantling hate for all of 2020? Hell, hasn't, BLM been dismantling hate since Ferguson? That's back there in Obama days, bro. So, I mean, at what point do we kind of just realize that hate monger's going to hate monger, yo, for real? A big part of how to be allies, oh, there's that word, in this moment is advocating with us, said Alvina Wong of the Asian Pacific Environmental Network. See the photo right there. There was a, it's so amazing to me how the aim to tie this to Trump and, oh my goodness, they're being, because of the coronavirus, they're all, the white supremacists are going after Asians, and like, I want to say like 9 times out of 10, the perpetrator turns out to be black. And it's like, oh, there was in Atlanta, there was a series of massage parlors which were attacked, and the guy who did it, he said he's a sex addict, and he ended up, I think, killing about 6 people in his little rampage. Like, he went to several different massage parlors and killed people. And he was like, yeah, it's not, it wasn't racially motivated. I'm a sex addict, and I saw this as a place of temptation. But it really amazes me how they're trying to tie that to the rash of attacks on Asian Americans that have been happening for, over the past year and some change. And I genuinely do have I don't want anyone being hurt. If you are a regular on this channel, you know my mantra, man. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And that's the best way to show solidarity with anybody. And it's also irritated me a little bit, like a coalition of minority Americans. Just call them Americans, damn it. The End of Violence Towards Asians rally in Washington Square Park on February 20th, 2021 in New York. This is written by Char Adams. Thousands of hate incidents against Asian people across the country have been documented by advocacy groups in the last year, ranging in severity from spitting to the unprovoked push of an 84-year-old Thai American in San Francisco who died of his injuries a few days later. These incidents have prompted the renewal of conversations about security in Asian American neighborhoods, privilege, solidarity, and even anti-blackness in response to the violence. Look, you live, you learn. And as a quote-unquote black person, gotta say, if I saw if I was running up on an Asian person and they decided to, scooch across the street, I'm not gonna hold it against them. I'm really not gonna hold it against them. That last element, activist says, devalues the decades of coalition building and allyship between Asian American and black communities. Okay. During the 60s and 70s, primarily, a lot of black-owned businesses in black neighborhoods were brought out by Asian business owners, They started the whole Chinese restaurants and laundry mats, places that, were once black owned, were sold in many cases. I know there's a lot of insurance BS and fraud and sabotage. Everybody has a story when it comes to this stuff. But the baseline is that back in those days, if you had a successful business, your business was doing well, and somebody decided they wanted to come in and purchase it, in many cases, they took the money and ran. Okay, so in that time, a coalition, you have a business there. It's very profitable. It's more, in many ways, it's far more consumer. It's far more customer and customer and business owner, as opposed to where it's a business relationship more than hey, yeah, we all kumbaya and living together and the like. But Russell Young, of a professor of Asian American Studies at San Francisco State University and co-founder of Stop AAPI Hate, notes that efforts to create a racial wedge between such groups only empowers the white supremacy that makes racist violence possible. Guys, come on, man. Come on and be Look, it ain't no damn, when it comes to, it's just statistics, right? Who's at the top and who's at the bottom? Between us is white, but guess what? It ain't particularly white supremacy, just looking at it strictly from a Crayola cabal position. The racism overall against Asian Americans is another form of white supremacy, even though it's primarily committed by black people, all right? As Asian Americans dismantle the racism directed towards us as outsiders, we're partnering with African Americans in dismantling and how they're racialized and oppressed, Young said. Oh yeah, we saw Yang Gang. I did videos back when Andrew Yang was in the back during the primaries with Yang Gang, we're coming for our check. It's all about the reparations. I mean, there was quite a few of our yellow brothers and sisters out there pushing the BLM narrative as well, which is why I opened with Black Lives Matter, with the Yellow Lives Matter stuff. In a lot of Asian American issues, we become the wedge group to divide and conquer people of color rather than focusing on our unity and trying to dismantle the overall system. We need to dismantle white supremacy together. But that's the thing. I can't help but feel in many cases, they conflate, right? Particularly the left. They conflate a lot, and they've conflated white supremacy with capitalism, and I think that's really what the overarching goal is here, is to, workers of the world unite. This is not lost on organizers and activists who have worked to combat this narrative for decades. With that, here are a few ways for people to practice solidarity and allyship with Asian American communities. Guys, I'm going to, spoiler alert, treat people the way you want to be treated. Oh, wow. Yeah. But watch all this bullshit we got to read. Education is key. It really ain't. If you don't know by now, hey, I wouldn't want anybody, running up on me when I'm 89 and punching me and pushing me to the side. I don't think that there's much a book can teach you. It's important to recognize how acts of hate rely on groups' history of neglect, oppression, or violence, organizers said. Through education, it becomes easier to recognize bigotry as linked to a larger history of violence, said Alvina Wong of the Asian Pacific Environmental Network. Education is also key to resisting the model minority myth and cuts down on the idea that Asian American communities are monolithic, experts point out. Wait a second there, champ. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go run for New York State Council, and I'm going to look to represent Chinatown. Let's see how that works out for me, huh? Come on, yo. Yes, they are monolithic, and there's literally, but here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. One of the tropes I don't want to sit here and say, oh, because nothing applies to everyone. Not one single thing applies to not applies to everyone of any particular group, but particularly within the Asian community, you guys tend to keep it in-house. You know, the same thing with the Jewish community. You guys tend to keep it in-house. And hey, you know, in many ways, particularly statistically, you're better off for it. So, I mean, come on, man. There are a host of disparities within these communities. For instance, Vietnamese Americans have a much higher poverty rate than Japanese Americans, according to a 2017 report. And that's why I just say yellow, man. Like, seriously, like, yo, embrace that shit. Because if you break it down, right? Like, yeah, if you break down, if we broke down, you know, and I'm pretty sure that there are studies on this, but if, like, within quote unquote black communities, from immigrants to descendants to, you know, like, or Jamaicans or Caribbeans or Trinidadians or Dominicans or, you know, Puerto Ricans, apparently, from all of these different groups, I'm pretty sure that, you know, you'll find just as many different nuggets and the like. But the thing about America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, is that as an individual, you have an opportunity to, you know, be able to add on to the positive side of whichever group that you know what I'm saying, that the government claims you to be. Oh my goodness. Try to learn history and learn about Asian American histories and cultures, the migration patterns of immigrants and refugees. Gee, that's a lot. You know, I got a job. I got things to do, okay? Guys, oh man, I think this video's run long enough. We've had enough fun with this because, like, how do I put this? This isn't funny, haha, as much as it is funny irony. You know, like it's a matter of when it comes to the Yellow Lives Matter thing, you know, a couple of jokes. But when it comes to people being harmed and hurt by strangers over things that they didn't do, because I'm not an absolutist, really, then no, that's bullshit. Don't hurt, like, treat people the way you would like to be treated. And if you can't do that, then you know what? I'm done talking. We have absolutely nothing in common. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead and do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice, you want to get videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like, I'm the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out on Patreon as well. Links in the description, and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Yeah. Seriously, there is going to be a video with an Asian creator that I was actually planning on doing even before all of this, but you know, it falls just right in line. And if if you are sub to the channel, you know more than likely I don't even have an Instagram. But that's the way the internet weirdos like to go at it. And as far as donate goes, man, I got bills. So real talk, guys. Be good to each other. Be good to people, you know, because ultimately, whatever skin tone, complexion, none of that speaks to any individual's character. And that's what it should always be about, an individual's character. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Until the next one.
Shh. Over the next 90 minutes, I'd like to show you that all your problems can be solved by my people.